Hey, how's it going there? Yo, pal Jim Super Vicar Flipping Duo. Flying solo today in the car, just dropping off the mail. Not a big deal. Not going thrifting or anything like that today. We've got so much stuff in the workshop. That's why Ashley's back at home. She's cleaning up. I mean, that's really it. We have so much crap all over the place that we've got one path that we can walk to get from the door to the picture take. I mean, it's one path anyway, but it's like literally like we both can't. It's not two lanes. It's just one lane. So she's gonna try to organize and all of that. Um, I've just been working on this costume jewelry stuff these past couple days, really all weekend. I had an auction pickup Sunday and then yesterday, Monday, and haven't even touched it. Monday's pickup is still in the Tahoe. We haven't even taken it out of the truck yet because we have nowhere to put it. So we're not buying anything right now. Um, and that's the thing about these big pickups is like this costume jewelry. Not that it's a large quantity pickup, and it takes a minute to get through and sort everything, and then it takes time to get it all pictured and listed. And I'm still getting through it. I'm gonna have probably I think we counted like 400 and something. So I'm gonna say 400 pieces, lots. So 50 cents a piece. That's not counting the lots that I bought that were not costume jewelry. That's just costume jewelry lots. Um, so we spent $198 on the auction buy in total. I bought a couple of lots, one lot of like men's jewelry, if you will, tie tacks and cufflinks, a lot of like badges and buttons, like look, I don't want to say police badges, but you know, that type of badge, not like employee badges. Um, and like political type buttons. Um, and then costume jewelry. So 400 pieces of costume jewelry at $198. We'll call that 50 cents um, a lot a piece, a listing. Um, so super low buy cost. We've already started selling some, all on Poshmark. We haven't sold any anywhere else. All on Poshmark. I tried to do like a pop-up whatnot show just for an hour, and I was not comfortable with it because I don't know the product. So you could just tell, like, that just, I gave off that vibe. So I didn't sell anything. Um, so now that I'm listing stuff and I'm learning as I'm listing, I'm more comfortable with it now, and I can post to Whatnot my auction lots as my listings. So I could just number those out and say, okay, and just read the title because I've already done the research on it, right? So um, it should go better once I'm ready to do that show. So, but we've got to get the place cleaned up first, and then we've got to start prepping for that show, and then getting this other auction stuff listed. Like I bought other stuff too, so um, we have a ton of work to do, and that's just the life of a reseller. You know, you're always in it. You're always into something and doing something, and that's why it's great. You're always busy um, with something, and for me, it's learning. You know, I'm always learning about something and figuring out, you know, what people like about certain products, even though I may not be into it, it's figuring out, it's unlocking the secrets of what makes something popular versus not, how I can sell to somebody, what they're looking for, type of thing, keeping up with trends, stuff like that, marketing. I don't know. It's what I'm into, I guess, as far as work goes. It's, I don't, I wouldn't call it a hobby. Like, that's a weird hobby, but I don't know. It's fun. It's fun for me to do that as a job, as a jobby job. Like, if I were to go out and get a career type job, that's the kind of job I would want, right? So, um, yeah. So I'm about to pop into this package ship store, and then we'll talk a little bit on the way back about maybe some financial stuff. Throw Freddie a bone. Uh, give my 2 cents on finances. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So, all right, let me run this package stuff in, and we'll talk some of my opinions on um, making enough money as a reseller, because Freddie and I differ a little bit. So, be right back. All right, so Freddie likes to talk a lot about median income, and you have to do this much in sales, and that this was his last comment on one of my videos was, you have to do $220,000 in sales given a 40% profit margin to make median income according to my state. And okay, that's if you participate in median, consumerism, which I don't. And that's part of the reseller lifestyle, jibber jabber that I talk about is, being a smart consumer, buying smart. Don't get yourself into stupid car payments. Don't get yourself into mortgage or rent that you can't afford. Don't get yourself into stupid high credit card interest. I've done all of that. And I'm done doing all of that. So do I need $88,000 or whatever it is a year to live and live good? No, I don't. I really don't. The average rent in this state is probably up around $1,800. My mortgage is a lot less than that. I have one car payment, and it's probably about half of what the average car payment is. I have 2 credit cards between the wife and I. And our balances are like stupidly low. Therefore, our payments are stupidly low. And at any point, we can just pay them off. But the interest rates are pretty good. So, no reason to do that. So, yeah, if you live expensively, then you need the money to support that lifestyle. But if you live within your means, you don't need median income, right? You don't need all of it. And that's just the way that we are. I mean, we can do $220,000 a year in sales. I can go out and I can buy a truckload of whatever, Amazon returns, or, Target, whatever, and any liquidation pallet. I can buy a truckload of that and get it to my house next week and go through it and list it and give myself, 2 months worth of work. And make a living doing that. it's boring. Um, I don't like doing that. There's no, there's no, there's, it's just monotony, and there's no history in it. There's nothing exciting about it. It's just you get the truck in, you list it, the everything that's worth listing, and that's it. You ship it. Like there's that's it. You're just a middleman. You're just moving inventory around the country, and that's great for Walmart and stores like Ollie's and Big Lots when they're around, and store Ross and TJ Maxx, and they all do that kind of shit too. But it's boring. Um, so I prefer to do what I do, and if that's the way that you want to do it, then do it. Great. If you want to buy the $60,000 Chevy because that's what they're selling for now, and have a $700 car payment. Um, if you're getting into a Tahoe or even a higher end Traverse, for God's sakes, um, and have that super high car payment, then you're going to have to work more for it. But if you want to drive a Mazda CX-9 for $250 a month, like this, and it still gets you around and it fits people in it, and it's just black with pleather seats, then you know save the money, and you know you can still work as hard and still make that money and save it. So I'll give Freddie that. Like I could be doing that, or I can just live within my means and make what I need to make, and just go about it that way. And I'm doing this because I have stuff already. The retirement is taken care of. Okay, so um, we're good there. Not 100%, but we're okay. Um, but if I had to build a retirement, or if I was behind on the retirement, um, we would be doing more. We would be working longer hours. We would be, making extra to build that, um, build that up. But we're, we're okay. Um, so it's just a matter of not, living exorbitantly and buying the house that's too big, or renting the luxury apartment when you can rent a 2 bedroom in a nice place. If you only need 2 bedrooms. Um, I'm not saying live in squalor if you can afford more, but just, don't live beyond your means, and then you don't have to participate in median incomes and, debt to income ratios and credit scores and all of that. From now on, we're buying our cars cash. That's just the way it's going to be. We never bought new. We never participated in the new car market, because as soon as you drive the car off the lot, you know the drill. Your car value drops, um, typically, and just about half. Um, so we don't participate in the new car market. We've always bought used, um, but now we're gonna be buying our cars cash. We're not even gonna have a car payment. Once this car payment is done, uh, no more car payments. And now we're focusing on what we can do to eliminate this car payment a little bit quicker, without dipping into other, you know, retirement stuff because we don't want to do that. So, and the interest rate on this is not bad either. So, um, yeah. So that's, I mean, just, you don't have to worry about making so much money. It's just like buying an inventory to resell. You're buying cheap so that you're taking the stress off the business of having to get top dollar. It's the same thing in life. You're living cheap so that you don't have to make all of this money and put all the stress on your career, on your job, on your livelihood, just to live, right? Just don't do stupid things in your life, stupid, expensive things that you shouldn't be doing. Now, if you're in a career where you're making a ton of money, then do stupid things. If you can afford it, do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you can't afford it, don't do it. It's that simple, right? If you can't afford, I don't even know what the hot car is right now. I'm just going to say a Tesla because I have no idea, right? I don't keep up with it. I see a lot of these Corvettes out here, but I know people don't. I don't like them. They're fake Ferraris, right? Fake Lambos. But if you can't afford that car, don't get it. Don't walk into a dealership with zero down saying, I want XYZ car. I don't care what the payment is. Because you're just forcing yourself to work for it, right? Like it's stupid to me, right? Don't go to the most expensive place for dinner every single night because you don't feel like cooking. Go out to the grocery store and buy yourself some food and cook. There's tons of other examples out there, right? So just live within your means, and you don't have to participate in statistics. You don't have to be that person that struggles because you're not making enough. And you have to make something. Everybody has to make something. I get it, but the people that struggle have too much a lot of times. A lot of times. There are people, I get it, that need help. That no matter what they do, no matter how little they spend, they don't make enough. And they need that extra help. And I don't fault them for, being on welfare and all of that. I'm not saying, they need to live within their means. They're already, well within their means. And I'm saying if you're in the situation that I'm in, we're in together, right? We're reselling. Don't think of it as, for me, I don't think of it as I need to hit $220,000 in sales. Because I don't. I really don't. Because I don't participate in $220,000 worth of consumerism, or even 40% of that, which is $80,000 of consumerism every year. You don't have to do that. You can have a reasonable car. You can live in a reasonable house. Our house is nice. We have almost an acre worth of, almost an acre of land. We have 2 plots downtown. But we could have afforded double the house that we got value wise, but we didn't because we know we don't want to put that pressure on ourselves, on our business, and our marriage, really. I mean, that's just the kind of stress that puts on a person is just insane. So we just don't live beyond that mean that, you know, this is what we're comfortable with doing, not this is what we can do. We could do this, so I'm gonna force myself to afford it. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to work. So I'm gonna. This is what I can afford because this is what I want to do. Right now, if you want to do 16-hour days, truckloads of stuff every day, the employees, payroll, and driving yourself crazy with that, and you know all of that stuff, go for it. But for me, it's about just being happy with what I've got and not participating in consumerism and having the best of everything and being like flashy and all. I don't need that. You've seen my workshop. Like, I don't need the best of everything, right? Like, I just need a space. I just need a place to live that's decent in a nice town, which I've got. Nice piece of land. Kids are in a good school. I put food on the table. I keep the lights on. I have something to drive. That's it. That's really it, right? Do I need $80,000 to achieve that a year? Because that's the median? No, I don't. So that's all I got. Now I got to go help Ashley. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. We'll catch you next time.